If you're thinking about upgrading your home theater setup, the Denon AVR-X2800H might have caught your eye. It promises immersive 3D audio, 8K video support, and a slew of modern features packed into a sleek 7.2-channel receiver. But here's what surprised me. Despite the hype and a decent Amazon rating of 4.2 stars, there are some serious issues you need to know before pulling the trigger. So stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal why this receiver may not be the perfect upgrade you expected, and what alternatives might get you a better bang for your buck. When you first hear Denon, you probably think premium sound quality wrapped in advanced tech, and to some extent, the AVR-X2800H delivers. However, delivers might be stretching it. Imagine investing over $1,200 on a receiver that's designed to handle top-tier features like 8K/60 Hz pass-through, Dolby Atmos, DTS, and a comprehensive HDMI setup with EARC support. Sounds dreamy, right? But there's a catch that almost derailed my enthusiasm. Let's deep dive into the audio performance and build quality first. The AVR-X2800H claims to pump 95 watts per channel at 7 channels. On paper, that's solid for medium-sized rooms. The Dolby Surround and DTS Neural upmixers promise 3D audio realism, including immersive overhead sound with Dolby Height virtualization and DTS Virtual, even if your ceiling speakers are absent. This is a definite win for those who want to experience room-filling audio without breaking the bank on a full 5.2.2 or 7.2 Atmos setup. But here's the rub. Some users report inconsistent calibration results with the Odyssey Room Correction Suite. It's supposed to guide setup and optimize sound based on your room acoustics, but in reality, its algorithm struggles a bit with more complex room shapes. This means sometimes you get peaky highs or muddy bass that's hard to adjust away without manual tinkering. And honestly, manual tweaks on an AVR can get complicated fast. Furthermore, the streaming and multi-room capabilities powered by built-in HEOS, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth are a highlight. You can officially turn this receiver into a command center for Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, or Apple AirPlay 2. All seamlessly integrated. The AVR-X2800H even supports voice control through Alexa, Siri, and Google Assistant, making your home theater feel future-ready. But if your Wi-Fi is less than stellar or your home network is congested, expect some frustrating dropouts. I've seen this frustrate users who were excited about wireless streaming. Nothing kills movie night like audio hiccups mid-blockbuster. Switching gears to video performance, which is supposedly where this Denon receiver shines with the promised 8K/60 Hz pass-through, HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and dynamic HDR. Basically, it's built to future-proof your home theater system for the next generation of video content. However, a big question arises for gamers and cinephiles. Does it deliver smooth gaming visuals with VRR, ALLM, and quick frame transport? It supports these features, but we discovered a few unexpected quirks with certain gaming consoles and 8K TVs where syncing issues arise. Many consumers reported lag spikes or occasional frame drops that disrupt the otherwise fluid experience you'd expect at this price range. So if you're a hardcore gamer or a videophile who demands flawless syncing, this could be a deal-breaker. Now let me pull back the curtain on connectivity. The AVR-X2800H sports 8 HDMI ports, including 3 dedicated 8K inputs, plus analog digital inputs, a dedicated phono input for turntables, USB, and dual subwoofer outputs. That sounds generous and versatile, right? But in practice, the port layout is somewhat cramped and confusing, causing headaches when wiring multiple devices simultaneously. Several users have found that reaching the back panel cables is a tight squeeze, which isn't ideal if you frequently swap components or guest devices. Plus, some HDMI inputs struggle with high bandwidth signals, occasionally causing the dreaded no-signal error, especially noticeable when switching between 4K and 8K sources. Alright, so given these issues, who is the Denon AVR-X2800H actually for? If you're a casual home theater enthusiast wanting 3D audio capability and decent streaming without investing in a top-tier flagship, this is probably fine. It suits those who appreciate Dolby Atmos effects without a complicated speaker setup, 7.1, 5.1, or even 2.1. And if you want future reproofing on paper with 8K pass-through and HDR format support, this could fit the bill. But if you're a purist audio lover, a dedicated gamer, or someone who demands foolproof seamless integration, you may want to keep looking. Sometimes a jack-of-all-trades receiver like this becomes a master of none. Speaking of rigs, let me share a quick story. I set this receiver up in my media room alongside a 65-inch 8K TV and a 5.2.2 Atmos speaker system. The first few days, I was wowed by the surround effects and rich streaming access. Coming from a much older AVR, the difference was like upgrading from dial-up to fiber optic internet. But then the infamous no-signal HDMI pop-up started during important game nights and movie marathons. I tried firmware updates, cable swaps, and even consulted forums with strangers named TechGuru99. Always trust the ones with numbers at the end, right? Still, the issues persisted quietly in the background. Ultimately, this dampened the immersive experience I was chasing, reminding me that the best specs don't always translate to flawless real-world use. Before we get to a resolution, here's a joke to lighten the mood. Why don't receivers ever get lonely? Because they're always surrounded by speakers. Alright, back to business. Let's address sound quality once more to underscore the Denon's strength. When working properly, it delivers rich mids, crisp highs, and satisfying levels of bass with its 95-watt output per channel. The inclusion of the DTS neural and Dolby surround upmixer means older stereo content doesn't play flat. Instead, it gets a believable surround sound makeover, creating an immersive listening environment without multiple speakers everywhere. A great perk for vintage movie buffs and those who stream from diverse sources. Plus, the dual subwoofer outputs help balance bass frequencies not only for power, but also for distribution, reducing those annoying boomy spots in your room. But humor me for another one. What did the subwoofer say to the receiver? You complete me. Okay, I'll stop with the puns. Now at this point, you might be wondering, should I buy the Denon AVR-X2800H or look elsewhere? Let's wrap up with a clear verdict. If you want a full-featured receiver under $1,300 offering 8K-ready technology, multi-room wireless streaming, and solid 3D audio with Dolby Atmos or DTS, this Denon gets many things right. It fits well in medium-sized rooms and offers plenty of connectivity and future-proofing on paper. However, the recurring quirks like inconsistent room calibration, HDMI compatibility glitches, and occasional streaming dropouts keep it from being a flawless pick for everyone. Buyers seeking simplicity, best-in-class sound calibration, or hardcore gaming optimization may feel underwhelmed or frustrated. In summary, the Denon AVR-X2800H is best for home theater enthusiasts willing to embrace some tweaking and occasional troubleshooting in exchange for a feature-rich, immersive surround experience. If you're ready to dive in knowing it isn't perfect but still delivers serious value, this could be your new audio hub. But if you crave a hassle-free, plug-and-play heaven with bulletproof gaming and video sync, hunting for higher-spec models or alternative brands might serve you better. And here's a final laugh. Why did the AV receiver break up with the speakers? They just couldn't connect properly. If that felt painfully relatable, well, that's your cue to research before upgrading. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest Denon AVR-X2800H review. Remember, the best price and latest deals are linked down below in the description, so check them out before you decide. If you want home theater magic with plenty of modern features and don't mind the occasional hiccup, this receiver deserves serious consideration. Happy listening and game on.